Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tatiana's Spiritual Toolbox. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the difference between the desired nature and inspiration, and how can this change your life for good if you really understand what this means. On a roll here because as usual, sometimes I just wake up and I'm flooded with this amazing information that somehow I am processing and going through, and then suddenly everything goes click, 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 bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. And again, this is a big one today. Desire. There's two paths. There's the path of desire, and then there's a path of inspiration. And depending on how we live, or how we think about what our life should be like and how it should unfold, and how our mind works around this, we will have a completely different experience. Again, there is no right and wrong in anything that anybody does. It's just how we experience it. And I'm here to help you with these tools so you have the best experience possible of your life. Trust me, this is experience speaking. Not just information that I gathered. This is inner experience, and I hope you get something from this. The path of desire, it focuses on an outcome. And this is, I'm just looking at my notes. It's desire. It's focused on outside, on something I want that it's outside of me, because it's an idea or preconceived notion of something that I will experience, therefore I will feel a certain gratification. So it's based on satisfying a need for something that I cannot quite pinpoint what it is. So I look always outside. I desire, I want. And this usually leads to control, because it's I want to control that outcome. Therefore, I'm doing all these things so I can get there efficiently. And guess what? When you think this way and you're really focused on that, the universe brings you this, because this is the nature of things. Whatever you think creates your reality. We've heard this before. Thoughts create reality. Ding. And it is true. And then we realize, when we find ourselves in a reality that we created that we don't like, is what happened. I didn't want this. And that's where the difference between desire and inspiration comes. Because sometimes we don't know really what we want, because we have an idea, and then that creates that desire. So then there is path number 2. This is the path of inspiration. I would like to give you a dictionary definition of inspiration. It comes from the Latin inspiratus, and in English has had the meaning of the drawing of air into the lungs, breathing. And then there is a divine influence or action on a person believed to qualify him or her to receive and communicate sacred revelation. Because when you breathe and you're in the state of calm breathe, and you allow things to fill you from your heart, this is what creates the action that you're going to take, or the will to action, instead of the desire of a mental idea. So you see the difference? Inspiration comes from within. So it's not outside reaching, it's within being. So it's the I am, not the I want. And we have heard this before. Okay, parenthesis. Remember what I say, it's nothing new. It's nothing new. You know, we've heard it in many different teachings. I even think there's a certain Buddha, I think, yes, who was talking about this thousands of years ago. There you go. And then we have other teachers and books and information. So it's nothing new. I'm just delivering it in a different way, maybe, that you can understand. And if you're watching this, it's because you might grasp something and have an aha from this. So I'm just delivering the message differently. So back to our inspiration. So it's a process from the inside. So it's from the I am. And it's not attached to really any outcome, because the inspiration is based on trust. Trust. Trust of what? What am I trusting? You trust a higher knowing, or a deeper knowing, higher, whatever. You trust that there's something pushing you through this life that is bigger than yourself. You don't know really what it is, but it's bigger than your small mind, let's say. You can call it whatever, but it's that part of you. And that part of you pushes you through the best possible experience that you can have to learn and evolve. And this is why trust is the basis of inspiration, because when you trust, you're not trying to control. What do I do now? What do I know now? What do I have to do? I have to do something. No, you don't have to do anything. Just be. And that's also the difference between being in the mind or outside. And if you watched my video, my previous video on detachment, please watch it if you haven't watched it. I'll put a description below, or a screen here or somewhere. Watch that video, because this ties in completely into detachment and being present in the present moment. Because when you are absolutely present, you can be open to inspiration, because you are being. You are in the I am. So I'm going to give you these two paths again in bullet points. The path of desire, it's outside of you, it's I want. It seeks an ideal in order to feel or become something. And it's rooted in control. And then there's the path of inspiration, which comes from inside, from the present moment awareness of I am. And it is rooted in trust and detachment from it. It's what really creates the fulfillment of the process. So one is based on outcome, the other one is based on process. Yeah, the process of inspiration is the process itself of becoming. Become at every single moment. That's the process of becoming. In case you haven't read other teachings, teachings have, or information has no value, or this kind of information has no value if you do not apply it to your own life and if you don't practice. It's then just information, goes in, goes out. If you don't understand, because it's still in your mind, which, by the way, it's part of the process. You know, sometimes we just know, oh, I have read this and I did this and I did that course and that seminar and everything. And a part of the process is just having it in the mind. That's a part of the process. So don't feel bad if you have not integrated the information. When it does the click, and then you're like, I got it. Eureka! It's okay. That's what I wanted to say about any kind of teachings. Oh, and also question everything. Don't take absolutely anything at face value. Okay? And don't kill the messenger either. And remember something, I do not give answers. I only offer perspectives. So if you like my messages, please feel free to share, like, and subscribe. Tap the little bell for notifications and new videos and content. And if this message resonates with you, apply it to your own life, and please share it with others as well, that this may help them. Thank you very much, and I'll see you very soon. Bye. If you're thinking or if you're being. Thinking, being, thinking, being, thinking, being.